In the wild, the lion stands as a powerful predator. But in nature, strength does not always guarantee success. With a single miscalculation, the prey can quickly slip beyond control. In life and death encounters, even a small mistake can lead to failure. So what causes the lion to sometimes pay the price in its own hunt? Across the vast savanna, the African elephant stands out not only for its immense size, but also for its enduring memory and its ability to sense danger early. For this species, survival is not built on strength alone, but on the unity of the herd, where every warning signal can protect the young. An adult can weigh around 12,000 pounds and, over short distances, reach nearly 25 miles per hour. Its flexible trunk, long tusks, and massive body, like a living wall, make it one of the most formidable land animals. Yet African lions rarely choose a direct confrontation. They observe patiently, waiting for a moment when the defensive formation reveals a gap, especially when a mother and calf drift slightly away from the group. Hidden in low grass, the hunting group divides its approach, quietly closing the distance with careful coordination. But the advantage of surprise lasts only for a moment. When the mother detects unusual movement, the situation shifts immediately. She turns to shield her calf within, while pressing forward with powerful steps and forceful swings of her trunk, causing the hunters to hesitate. From a distance, deep, resonant calls spread quickly, drawing other adults together to close the protective circle. As the gap disappears, the lion's advance begins to lose rhythm. The mother and calf are soon covered and move away from danger. In the wild, elephants do not endure simply because of their size. They survive through memory, discipline, and a protective instinct shaped over generations. And at times, it is their unity that becomes the greatest strength of these giants. The oryx is one of the most striking antelopes found in the semi-arid regions of Africa. Its muscular build and remarkable heat endurance allow it to travel many miles across sparse grasslands and thorny scrub. Most distinctive are its horns, reaching about 3 feet in length, straight and sharp like twin spears, always angled forward, turning distance into a key survival advantage. Far out in the dry grass, a few young lions step into a difficult test. They press low to the ground, using scattered brush to conceal their movement, quietly waiting for the right moment to close in. But the oryx detects the unusual presence early. It immediately lowers its center of gravity, turns to face the threat, and points its horns forward to maintain a safe distance. The encounter grows tense as two lions attempt to move in from behind, but the situation does not unfold as they expect. Each attempt to get closer is met with short, swift, and highly precise head thrusts. After only a few exchanges, their initial boldness begins to give way to caution. In the wild, not every animal that stands its ground is easily overcome. At times, the greatest lesson for a pursuing predator is knowing its limits before a rushed decision leads to costly consequences. If lions command the grasslands with speed, power, and coordinated group strategy, the Nile crocodile rules murky waters through silence and ambush. An adult can exceed 16 feet in length, blending almost completely with the river's surface until the final moment. It is especially dangerous at the water's edge, where a single misstep in the mud or a brief lapse in awareness can shift the balance instantly. During a river crossing, a lioness leads her cub through what appears to be shallow, calm water. The surface remains nearly still, then suddenly breaks as a rapid approach rises from below. The mother turns back at once, moving forward with full protective instinct. But the cub's experience is not yet enough to respond in perfect timing within unfamiliar terrain. Even adult lions are never fully certain when hunting near the waterline. Soft mud slows their footing, reducing burst speed, while the crocodile needs only the right moment to launch an ambush, with a bite force estimated at around 3,700 pounds per square inch, enough to force any opponent to retreat quickly to land. At the boundary between water and earth, dominance can shift in an instant. This is not a question of which is stronger. It is a confrontation between two rulers of different worlds. When the environment changes, even the one in control may be forced to step back, simply for being in the wrong place. The giraffe is the tallest land animal on Earth, with an adult male standing about 18 feet tall. From that height, it can reach layers of foliage that many other animals cannot, while also watching movement across the savanna from far away. Even its legs measure around 6 feet in length, enough to turn its calm appearance into a remarkably effective defense system. For lions, a healthy adult giraffe is rarely an easy target. The opportunity usually appears only when a calf falls behind, drifts away from the group, or reveals an opening while moving. In fact, the success rate against a full-grown adult is only about 25%. But it can rise to nearly 45% when the target is an isolated calf. Once the pressure closes in, the pace of the encounter changes quickly. A giraffe can burst to about 35 miles per hour over short distances, then pivot with surprising speed to maintain space through precise defensive kicks. Most pursuits end in bitter failure. For lions, this is a lesson that forces the entire group to calculate every step of the approach with care. In nature, height is not only an advantage for visibility. For the giraffe, it is also a line of survival, where calm control and the right reaction at the right moment can force a predator to hesitate. Along the sediment-rich rivers of Africa, the hippopotamus emerges as a massive body of muscle, with an individual weighing around 4,000 pounds. Its thick skin, wide-opening jaws, and tusks that can exceed 1 foot in length make every rise above the surface feel more like a clear warning than a display. For most of the day, this animal remains submerged in cool water or mud, nearly motionless within the quiet landscape. But that stillness never signals surrender. When 3 male lions move into the waters it controls, the boundary of survival is immediately tested. In an instant, the hippopotamus shifts from calm to forceful dominance, turning the shallow water into its own advantage. A single forward surge, driven by its full weight, is enough to push intruders back from the tightly held territory. Even during the dry season, when it must spend more time on land, that presence does not diminish. With a bite force of around 1,800 pounds per square inch, it reminds any rival that at the edge between water and land, power does not always belong to the hunter. Across the vast grasslands of Africa, the African buffalo never appears as a fragile presence. Weighing around 1,500 pounds and armed with curved horns like sharpened blades, it stands among the most formidable opponents lions encounter. In the world of hoofed animals, it represents a powerful balance of muscle strength and unyielding resilience. When survival is threatened, buffalo do not scatter in panic. They turn back and form a solid wall of horns. A forward charge, with an impact force estimated at around 3,000 pounds, can launch a predator several feet into the air, instantly turning the advantage into hesitation. What truly unsettles these so-called rulers of the savanna is the unbreakable bond of the herd. At the sound of a single distress call, the group responds at once, shifting the pressure back onto the hunters. Even confident lions are often forced to retreat to higher ground to avoid the intensity of a coordinated defense. Faced with the strength of unity, many hunts end without a clear outcome. In nature, advantage does not always belong to the attacker, but to those that stand together and hold their ground. In the world above, few creatures leave as strong an impression as winged predators. They command the skies through altitude, vision, and an almost flawless sense of timing. A single moment of hesitation can shift the entire outcome. Within the ecosystem, they play a vital role in maintaining natural balance. But among these birds of prey, which one stands as the most formidable in nature? Under the Sonoran Desert heat, where temperatures can reach 110 degrees Fahrenheit, the Harris's hawk displays a very different hunting strategy. Instead of relying on a single downward strike, it operates as part of a tightly bonded family group, with each individual holding a clear role. That coordination allows this bird of prey to adapt effectively to harsh conditions and widely scattered food sources. When a jackrabbit is spotted among sparse desert shrubs, the formation begins to tighten from several directions. One bird drops lower to force the target to move, while others hold position farther ahead, gradually narrowing the space. The pursuit unfolds in a controlled rhythm, not loud but highly effective, with speeds reaching about 30 miles per hour during short closing bursts. The more the target changes direction, the tighter the circle becomes. Each Harris's hawk hunt stands as a clear example of the power of teamwork. In nature, owls rule a domain very different from that of many other birds of prey: the darkness. What makes these birds so formidable is not outward speed, but their ability to turn the night itself into an advantage. Many owl species can rotate their heads up to about 270 degrees to widen their field of view, while their soft feathers and specialized wing edges make each flight nearly silent. With exceptionally sharp hearing, they do not need to see every movement. A single sound out of rhythm can be enough to identify the exact location. An owl's diet consists mainly of small rodents, along with some amphibians, reptiles, and small birds. Through that role as a predator, it helps maintain population balance within the ecosystem. Owls show that the greatest advantage does not always come from strength, but from silence, keen hearing, and precisely timed appearance. Amid the dense wetlands of East Africa, the shoebill appears like a relic from another age, still present in the modern world. Standing nearly 5 feet tall, with a wingspan of about 8 feet and a large shoe-shaped bill, this bird does not stand out through movement, but through a quiet, commanding stillness. It can remain motionless for hours among reeds, nearly blending into mud, water, and shadow. That patience defines the shoebill's hunting strategy. Rather than moving constantly, it waits for the slightest disturbance on the water's surface, then suddenly leans forward in a swift, precise strike. Its bill, nearly 1 foot long, not only secures the target, but also clears away mud and vegetation before swallowing. Lungfish, catfish, and even young birds can become targets when they enter the right range. All of this serves a clear purpose: sustaining the next generation in a harsh wetland environment. Although it may lay between 1 and 3 eggs, the shoebill often raises only 1 chick successfully. The shoebill does not control its environment through speed. It dominates through stillness, precision, and the ability to wait. In nature, the most remarkable presence is sometimes the one that barely moves. If eagles command the sky through power, the peregrine falcon dominates through near absolute speed. With a streamlined body, pointed wings, and the ability to lock onto a target from great distance, this bird is regarded as one of the most effective aerial hunters in nature. Its signature attack can exceed 200 miles per hour, so fast that even a single delayed movement from the target can shift the entire outcome. Its diet is highly varied, ranging from pigeons and shorebirds to ducks and many other bird species. Along cliffs, coastlines, and open areas near water, the peregrine often secures a vantage point before making its move. When the moment comes, it does not rush into chaos. Instead, it climbs higher, folds its wings, and drops with extraordinary precision to end the pursuit within a single decisive moment. If it secures more food than it needs at one time, the extra portion may sometimes be stored in a safe place and revisited later. That behavior helps the falcon conserve energy and maintain a more stable food supply. It is the combination of speed, control, and timing that has made the peregrine falcon one of the most successful predators in the avian world. In the world of birds of prey, eagles are often seen as one of the most formidable symbols of the sky. Among them, the golden eagle stands out as one of the largest and most powerful raptors of the northern hemisphere, commonly found in high mountains, cliffs, and vast open plains. With a wingspan exceeding 7 feet and vision far beyond that of humans, this bird can detect targets from great distances across steep terrain. At times, it focuses on young mountain goats or individuals caught in vulnerable positions, even when the target may be several times its size. In such moments, the golden eagle's advantage lies not only in its powerful talons, but in its ability to wait for the exact moment to create an edge in a single decisive dive. Farther south in Africa, the martial eagle demonstrates a distinct hunting style, powerful, agile, and highly assertive. As one of the largest and strongest birds of prey on the continent, it carries a wingspan approaching 9 feet. This predator has a wide range of prey, from small mammals to large lizards and snakes. Encounters involving young antelope clearly highlight its ability to control timing and positioning. Even when a protective adult remains nearby, this aerial hunter can still choose the precise moment to approach its target within a very brief window. Its diverse prey range, combined with precise decision-making, makes it a formidable presence within its environment. Each encounter shows that eagles do not dominate the sky through display, but through control and timing. And that is what makes the title King of the Sky more fitting than ever. Across the shallow lakes of North America, the American white pelican appears heavy-bodied and unhurried. With a wingspan of about 10 feet and an average weight close to 16 pounds, this bird does not rely on speed to gain an advantage. Its distinction lies in body size, group coordination, and its broad throat pouch, a highly effective feeding tool. The pouch is made of remarkably elastic skin and can scoop up around 3 gallons of water in a single sweep. But it is not used to store food. Instead, it serves as a mechanism for quickly separating water from nourishment. When feeding in groups, several individuals form a line and swim together, pressing schools of fish into shallow water. The rhythm of the surface begins to change. The fish formation starts to break apart, and even one delayed turn can shift the entire outcome. During the breeding season, they nest in dense colonies on low islands, with each nest usually holding 2 to 3 eggs. The chicks grow on food brought back by the adults, but when numbers rise and resources come under pressure, competition within the colony becomes more noticeable. Even so, pelicans do not always keep the advantage. When one lowers its head to filter the water's surface, it trades awareness and flexibility for the chance to gather more food in a single sweep. And in that moment, the marsh's ambush hunter, the crocodile, enters the scene. A sudden lunge from just above the lake surface can overturn the entire advantage of this giant bird in an instant. In nature, any advantage lasts only as long as the next moment remains under control. In the natural world, birds are among the most successfully adapted groups of animals. They are found across deserts, rainforests, and even the harshest frozen regions. Many birds of prey possess sharp vision, lightweight bodies, and specialized hunting tools. Each species controls its hunting space in its own way, from speed to patience. For that reason, the sky is not just empty space, but a realm where ecological order is constantly at work. The hunt comes to a close, yet the laws of survival remain. The lion doesn't lose its place, but reveals its own limits. In the wild, even a small mistake can shift the entire outcome. That is why failure is sometimes a natural part of the cycle. If you enjoy stories like this, be sure to like and subscribe to follow what comes next.